and welcome to the Graduate here in downtown Providence, Rhode Island for the final press conference for Saturday night's incredible night of boxing action. Now it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing USA. We're sponsored by JD Sports and Snack, and all the action will be broadcast live around the world, exclusively streamed in the United States on DAZN, and broadcast exclusively in the United Kingdom on Sky Sports. So today we are in the smallest U.S. state, Rhode Island. It actually has the longest name of any state. The state of Rhode Island and the Providence Plantations. It's a small state, but it packs a big punch. In fact, so much so, the great Rocky Marciano fought 28 of his 49 fights right here in Providence. In fact, he got his name here in this city when a local ring announcer couldn't pronounce his legal name, Rocco Francis Marquesiano, and the rest is history. But the Ocean State has produced some fine fighters over the years. Joey Archibald, Mr. Bleak for this himself, 5-time world champ Vinny Paz, Callie Reese, the pride of Providence, Peter Manfredo Jr., some great fighters. But this Saturday, Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing USA has put together a great fight card because it's not just the incredible international talent like Joseph Parker and Cal Yafai, but it's a lot of great local talent. Fighters like Anthony Concepcion, Shelly Vincent, Bart DeLuca, Anthony Marcella Jr., who, by the way, I just want to say he's 12-0. 10 of his fights have taken place right here in Providence. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not make any mistake. We're here for Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Yeah! 2008 Olympian, 3-time 2-division world champion. On Saturday night, he defends his WBO middleweight championship for the second time against the tough Pole, Marquis-Sulecki.
He's in trouble.
And I'm going to tell you something. You can look from the Narragansett Bay all the way to Olneyville. You can stand on the top of Federal Hill and look far and wide, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find a more talented fighter than Demetrius Andrade, the Southpaw. You know, let me give you a piece of advice. You see a pro fighter who's had approximately 300 amateur fights, 27 pro fights, undefeated in those, and he's got a face that looks like this, handsome, untouched, unblemished, looks like a hair in his head hasn't been touched. He's a special fighter. Here to introduce you to Demetrius and all the other great fighters for Saturday night, the man who put it together, the architect, the president of Matchroom Boxing USA, Mr. Eddie Hearn. Yeah.
Thanks, David. I really feel like I may be getting made redundant soon with David Diamante. What about a round of applause for historian, MC, great hair, David Diamante. You know, it's a big pleasure to be in Providence, Rhode Island. When we started this adventure with Matchroom Boxing USA, one thing that was so important to us was developing fighters in their hometown. I cannot believe that in Demetrius Andrade's career, such a fantastic amateur, a 3-time 2-weight world champion, that he has never boxed in Providence. It's absolutely crazy. And we will have a massive crowd at Dunkin' Donuts on Saturday night. I promise you, this is going to be such an electric atmosphere for this fight. This is going to be such a great occasion for this city. 26 years since World Championship Boxing was in Providence with the great Vinny Paz. Now you've got a chance, not just with a world champion, but a great world champion who can go on and be in undisputed fights. Right now, this undisputed tag in the middleweight division is right open. I'm sure you've seen the talk of Canelo Triple G. Is it happening, is it not? Canelo, Callum Smith, Canelo against Kovalev. What about Canelo against the winner of this fight for the undisputed middleweight world championship? That's what every fighter should want. And although when we sat down with Ed Farris, and Ed, it's been a pleasure working with you, and Demetrius Andrade, one thing we promised them was activity. Too many fighters across America not getting the activity they need or deserve to develop as fighters. On Saturday night, this is Demetrius' 3rd fight in 8 months, and I believe you're going to see a special performance from him. For us, we're also extremely fond of this gentleman here in Marquis-Sulecki, a guy who brings it every single time. We saw him in a great fight with Danny Jacobs on HBO. We saw him in a fight of the year with Gabe Rosado in Philadelphia at the back end of last year. And this guy has an opportunity on Saturday night to become world champion. You talk about the Canelo fights, the Triple G fights. This guy here has a chance to thrust himself into all those fights, life-changing fights, legacy fights. And I know that he will give it 120% and he will do everything he can to try and beat Demetrius on Saturday night. The card is absolutely stacked from top to bottom. And it's so important that we've not just got local fighters on the card, but we've also got some of the best young talent across America as well. We'll introduce all those guys, but when we look at our three main fights, of course, the WBO Middleweight World Championship, Demetrius Andrade against Marquis, Joseph Parker, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion. Special shout out to David Higgins, his manager advisor over there, and Kevin Barry, the team, and Taylor Barry as well. What an honour it is to represent this great heavyweight, former World Heavyweight Champion, the only guy to have gone the 12 rounds with Anthony Joshua, the only guy to have ever beat WBA and IBF World Champion Andy Ruiz in Joseph Parker. And remarkably, we sort of stumbled into a great fight with pride and honour at stake with Alex Lepai. Both share Samoan heritage, both know each other extremely well. Alex Lepai has fought at the top level, a huge puncher. You do not want to blink in this fight. This is a big test for Joseph Parker as he looks to retain his world heavyweight title. Cal Yafai, the WBA Super Flyweight World Champion, making a mandatory defence against Norberto Jimenez. This is a brilliant fight between two elite fighters. We want to thank Golden Boy Robert Diaz, of course, Norberto, part of the Golden Boy team. Cal Yafai, looking at those major fights, we saw a great fight that we put on in April between Estrada and Rungasai recently for the WBC and Ring Magazine title. The winner of this fight will be looking to unify with that great pound-for-pound rating on Estrada very soon. This is a brilliant fight. Underneath these guys, what about Marquis DeLuca from Boston? Against Brandon Brewer. This is a great 50-50 fight. Both guys bringing huge amount of support. Shelley Vincent on the card as well. Anthony Conception down there. Such a great card. Anthony Marcella bringing huge support from Providence as well. And a special shout out to three of our brilliant young fighters. Right now, we are unquestionably boasting the best roster of young fighters coming out of the American system. Firstly, down my left, Ofer Jones 3. This guy boxed in London on our show last Saturday. This is how we like to keep our fighters busy. I said, what are you doing next Saturday? He said, I don't know. I said, you're boxing in Providence. Straight on the plane, straight here, a good example to young fighters to stay ready, stay active, and live the life in the gym. Alexis Espino, down there, man, I mean, look how handsome he is. Look at that hair. I'd give anything for that hair. This is the next great Mexican superstar coming out. Trained by Robert Garcia, coming off a fantastic performance on the Canelo Jacobs undercard. And next to him, Raymond Ford from Camden, New Jersey. Just a top amateur, already racked up 2 quick wins as a pro. I'm so proud and honoured to represent these great young fighters. So let's hear from them. First of all, a young man who we've heard a lot about, from Demetrius Andrade, who works closely with him. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for all these guys from Providence, Anthony Conception.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to give thanks to Master Boxing, Eddie Hearn, and the Zone, and everybody that's here today. Thank you for putting me on this magnificent card. I'll be the first fight Saturday. So I'll make sure that I'll set the tone. We're going for a knockout for sure. And I'm sure my good friend Demetrius here will do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Let's bring up that young man. Great performance in London last week. 2-0, looking to go 3-0 the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Ofer Jones 3.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? After being in London and experiencing London, It was a great feeling. I got a lot of friends from London, and now I'm right here in Rhode Island getting more friends, fans I mean. I get to share the platform with my two amateur buddies, Raymond Ford and Alexis Spino, and one of my idols, Demetrius amazing feeling. I remember my dad used to make me do homework and now I get to share a car with him. Excited. I would like to give a thanks to Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, my team, and I'm just thankful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ofer, a member of that great team and great setup. Ladies and gentlemen, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Alexis Espino.
Hello, how's it going, everybody? I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want to thank Eddie Hearn for putting me on this card with all these amazing fighters. You know, to be honest with you, I look up to as well. And I want to thank my team for all the help in this training camp. It's been a great training camp, and you'll see on this Saturday live on the zone. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis. And again, part of that great US setup from Camden, New Jersey, Raymond Ford.
How everybody doing? First, I want to give thanks to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn for putting me on this card. And I want to give thanks to my team, Reginald Lloyd, Rasheem Jefferson, and my family back at home. What can I say? 3-0 on Saturday. Can't wait to perform for you guys. A lot of great talent on this card. Both the Jones. I remember doing camp with the Jones and his pops. They got me right for what was the USA Nationals? Yeah, so 20th Saturday. It's gonna be a great night. Thank you.
Thank you, guys, and I do actually want to also this time thank the Zone for their investment in these young fighters. You know, it's very important that we give them these 8 fights, a year needed in the early parts of their career to really understand, learn the pro game. Without the Zone's support of the future talent across America, that wouldn't be possible, so thank you to them as well. We're going to bring up now, again, local guy, huge support on Saturday night, looking to make another statement on his pro journey, Anthony Marcella Jr.
How we doing, everybody? First and foremost, I want to welcome everybody to my city of Providence, Rhode Island. We got a big fight this Saturday night. I want to first thank Eddie's National Boxing, the Zone, as well as Demetrius Andrade, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a show of this magnitude here. And he's a 3-time world champion, former Olympian. I mean, he's really set the tone for everybody in Providence this last decade. I mean, he deserves everything that's coming to him. I gotta take my hat off to him. I wouldn't be on this stage at this point in my career as a 12-0 fighter if it wasn't for him. I've been looking up to him. I started boxing when he was in the Olympics, so to be fighting on a card with him is quite the honor. But I also want to thank my team, for my coaches, my father, my advisors. We just added Elvis Grant to the team. I'm looking forward to being his 10th world champion. I mean, the boxing world might not know me yet, guys. Like I said, 10 of my fights have been local fights. Got a big crowd coming out. You know, I think we did record-breaking numbers as ticket sales, thanks to Demetrius, thanks to Matchroom. I'm excited to showcase my talent on a big platform like the Zone. So this Saturday, I'm going to show you guys what I bring to the table. I started boxing by accident, but everything that's happened thus far certainly was no accident. So I'm excited to show you guys what I bring to the table. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. A great fight on the card between Brandon Brewer and Marquis Both these guys looking towards shots for the World Championships at 154 pound. Mark DeLuca already ranked very high, particularly with the WBA as well. Saw him get a great win when Demetrius won the WBO world title late last year. We're going to bring up right now, to say a few words, one part of that great fight, Brandon Brewer.
want to say thank you to Eddie for having me on the card, Matchroom Boxing, the Zone, all the media, all the fans, and of course the man himself, Boo Boo, for the stuff that he's been doing over the last, his whole life really has brought to this point. So it's truly a blessing to be on the card. A lot of people might not know who I am. I'm Brandon L. Jack Brewer from Canada. I actually grew up in Nackwood, New Brunswick, which is home of the world's largest axe. I come from a family of lumberjacks. We sell at shows back home, 4,000 or 5,000 people, and probably 90% of them were all dressed in plaid. So, you know, I'm the definition of hard work, and I can't wait to put on a show. I think that I have a fantastic dance partner for Saturday night to give you guys one great show, and looking forward to the opportunity, and enjoy the show. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Brandon. And now going on to the other part of that great fight, I want to thank Ken Casey as well for his support as always. Does a great job with Mark DeLuca, who's got a big support coming from Boston on Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark DeLuca.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, and my team, Murphy's Boxing, for giving me this opportunity to fight on such a large platform. You know, the old boxing adage goes, styles make fights. I believe Brandon's style and my style will definitely prove worthwhile. Could possibly steal the show. I don't know, that's up to Boo Boo. But I'm happy my man Boo Boo's getting his opportunity. You know, this is his night and his time, and it gives guys like us such a great opportunity to fight on a platform like this. So, I mean, like every other fighter, paying homage to the man, that's the truth. He paid his dues, and now we're getting to reap the benefits of his hard work and show everybody that what we're worth. So 23-0, L-Jack versus myself. I know undefeated fighters come to keep their record unblemished, and I'm gonna do my best to make my mark as a junior middleweight. So thanks a lot. Hope to see you.
Thank you, Marquis. We go on to the three main fights now. Firstly, the WBA Super Flyweight Championship of the World. Such an important fight, this, in the division. Yafai is the longest reigning British world champion right now, and he's on the verge of huge career-defining unification fights. But first, a very tough challenge for him in mandatory challenger, and we'd like to welcome up to the stage now, as I said, the mandatory challenger for the WBA world title on Saturday, Norberto Jimenez.
Muy buenas tardes y bendiciones para todos. Gracias a Eddie Hearn por brindarme la oportunidad de pertenecer a esta grandiosa cartelera. A la empresa Chuan Boxing Promotion por elevar mi carrera hasta cierto nivel. A Golden Boy Promotion por confiar en mí y darme la oportunidad de pertenecer a su equipo. Estoy más que preparado para vencer a Yafai porque no lo veo que es un boxeador tan temible para mí. Por cierto, su última pelea para mí la perdió contra Israel González, donde no vi que tenía gran peligro, ¿no? Para mí no representa peligro, es un gran boxeador, gran oponente, pero no invencible. Con Dios por delante, vamos a lograr la victoria.
First of all, I want to say thank to Eddie Hearn, the Zone channel, and Matchroom Boxing. He feel, you know, he's long overdue his title opportunity. He knows how great Yafai is, but he's coming for the title. He only think that he lost his last fight in a tough fight, so he think that he getting the opportunity at the right time. He also want to say thank you to Golden Boy Promotion, to trust him, and to Swan Boxing.
Y por cierto, quiero dejarle claro a todo el público de República Dominicana que tengo una deuda con ellos, que es de llevar mi título mundial. Y lo llevaré conmigo porque hace 5 años lo obtuve en Japón y fui víctima de un fraude, pero en esta no será así, porque no dejaré nada a los árbitros ese título mundial se va con comida dominicana porque Yafai no es el oponente que va a detener mi sueño.
He also want to say that he owed Dominican Republic a title. He fought for the title already, and he felt he was robbed on that fight. He said this time he's not going to get robbed. He's going to win convincingly, and he's going to bring that title to Dominican Republic, and Yafai is not going to be the one that's going to be in the way of that.
Buenas tardes y bendiciones para todos.
Good afternoon, and God bless everybody.
Thank you, Norberto. As I said, the longest reigning British world champion, had the pleasure of teaming up with this young man when he turned professional after a stellar amateur career, going to the Olympics as well. The reigning WBA super flyweight champion of the world from Birmingham in Britain, Cal Yafai.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank Matchroom, Eddie, Sky Sports, The Zone, and the people of Providence for making me feel very welcome here. I've had a great training camp. I've trained very, very hard. I've put my life on the line in this fight. And I think the opponent's going to be in for a very rude awakening on Saturday night. His opposition has been very, very poor. And he's never boxed anybody as fast, as strong, as powerful, or as technically as good. And he's in for a very, very rude awakening on Saturday night. And I promise you that. I hope you can translate that for him as well. Thank you.
It's going to be a great fight, that one. WBA world title on the line. Now, we'll talk about world titles. This one is an intriguing matchup. Heavyweight boxing is absolutely flying right now, and it's been a pleasure working with this young man, Joseph Parker. When you think about his age and how young he is and fresh he is within the sport, he's a very, very dangerous man in this division. But he also comes across a very, very dangerous man with nothing to lose in this fight in Alex-Leapai, a guy who's boxed at a very, very top level, huge puncher as well. So firstly, in this fight, I want to welcome up former world title challenger, Alex-Leapai.
First, I'd like to thank Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn, for this great opportunity. I'd just like to thank also Mike. Mike has been working with Nolan, and you know, we got this fight. And just want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm from Australia, born in Samoa. My brother here, which is my opponent, Joseph Parker, he's from New Zealand and born in Samoa as well. So it's not every day you get two Samoan boys fighting on a big stage. But it just goes to show the talent that's coming from these countries. But believe me, on Saturday night, me and Jason will put on a good show. So hope you guys enjoy it, and have a good day.
Thank you, Alex. And now we welcome up part of his team. I want to also say hello to Mr. and Mrs. Parker there. It's lovely to see you again. This great young fighter, former WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Joseph Parker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you all here today. It's great to be here in Providence with my team, Coach Kevin Barry, my parents, family, friends, Mr. David Higgins. And the last 8 weeks in Vegas, the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks in Vegas, we've had a great training camp. And one thing that I was able to do back home was I was able to keep in shape. So when I arrived into camp in Las Vegas, I gave my coach a big surprise that I was on fight weight. Usually I blow up and enjoy myself too much. But I came in fight weight, so it was a lot more enjoyable with this camp. We were able to learn more skills, techniques, work on combinations instead of working on losing weight. And so the second phase of my career with Matchroom, I'm very excited about, because as one of the youngest heavyweights in the top, I have a lot more to offer and a lot more to give the heavyweight division in boxing. And so I'm looking forward to, I respect every opponent that I get in the ring with. I respect Alex. I was on this undercard in Germany back in 2014. I know he's going to come out swinging. I'm going to do my thing. Going into each fight now, I'm not going to look at winning on points. My goal is to knock everyone out. And even though Alex is one of my brothers, my goal is to knock him out and get done with it. So I look forward to Saturday night and putting on a great show, and I'll see you all there.
Thank you guys, explosive heavyweight matchup. This fight is a great fight, like I said. I think I've been talking to Ed Varys and Paul for some time about Demetrius Andrade against Marquis-Sulecki. I think stylistically it's a great matchup. You never see Maciek in a bad fight. He has a huge amount of heart. He's trying to win a world championship on Saturday, not just for him, but his country in Poland as well. He's got massive support from them and also in the arena on Saturday night. The challenger on Saturday for the WBO World Middleweight Championship from Poland, Marquis-Sulecki.
Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. Przede wszystkim chciałbym podziękować Ediemu. Dziękuję Ci, Eddie, za dałeś mi kolejną szansę. Maciek Boxing, Dazon, mojemu teamowi, Piotrowi Bicewskiemu, trenerowi.
I would like to thank Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing for giving me this chance. Also, great thanks to my team, my trainer, Wojciechowski.
Miałem bardzo ciężkie łóż przygotowawcze w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Zacząłem w Polsce 3 tygodnie, później przeprowadziłem się do Stanów Zjednoczonych, do Nowego Jorku 7 tygodni. Miałem doskonałych sparring partnerów. Wiem, że to będzie bardzo ciężka walka dla mnie, ale dla niego również. Jestem gotowy na wszystko, co pokaże mi.
It was a very hard but very good training camp. I started 3 weeks for 3 weeks in Poland, then I moved to New York. 7 weeks of training hard, great sparring partners in New York. I anticipate very tough fight, but I'm ready for the very tough fight.
Przyjeżdżając do Stanów Zjednoczonych miałem ogromny szacunek do Demetriusa Andrade. Jest to w końcu mi świata, tak? Natomiast jak tutaj przyjechałem, posłuchałem, popatrzyłem na jego zachowanie, ten szacunek nagle opadł. Okazało się, że mistrz świata póki co jest tylko w gadaniu, bo tak jak mówię wcześniej, nie spotkał nikogo dobrego zawodnika na swojej drodze, nie wygrał z nikim konkretnym, a porównuje się z takimi zawodnikami jak Conor czy GGG.
Before I came to United States, I had a great respect for Demetrius Andrade, but when I came here, I lost all of that. He's a world champion only in talking. That's it. Well, the world champion only when he talks. He tries to compare himself to the great fighters like Triple G.
Oczywiście mówi, że jest lepszy od GG, od Canelo, natomiast mnie zainteresuje bezczelne zachowanie. Takie zachowanie jak specjalnie się tutaj na konferencji prasową, to jest wczoraj na trening medialny, to jest pokazywanie brak szacunku wam, dziennikarzom, kibicom. A jak nie szanuje was, kibiców, to przede wszystkim nie szanuje samego siebie, to jest najgorsze.
I can tell one thing about him. Everything what he does, being late yesterday for a media training, being late today, he doesn't respect anyone here in this room. Reporters, his fans, us, and I cannot like him.
Słuchajcie, w Polsce jest takie piękne przysłowie, że pycha kruczy przed upadkiem. I mam nadzieję, że sobie Demetrius to zapamiętał, bo to jest bardzo ważne słowa. Ja w ringu zamierzam się bardzo dobrze bawić i zabieram mój pas do domu, ponieważ nie jesteś godny nosić tylko na biodrach. Dziękuję.
There's a great saying in Poland, pride goes before fall. And I can tell you one thing, Demetrius, you can hold this belt for now because I can guarantee you I'm going to have a fun in the ring taking this belt from you.
Sounds good. Oh, spicy. I like that. I like that. Okay. Well, we are here in Providence for one reason, and I promised him we'd give him this homecoming fight, and I'm very, very excited for him because on Saturday night he will never have experienced what he will experience when he walks out in front of his home crowd. We're expecting around 7,000 there in the arena on Saturday. It's going to be a brilliant atmosphere. I can't wait. This is what it's all about, bringing world champions back to their hometown. Ladies and gentlemen, the current WBA World Middleweight Champion from Providence, Rhode Island, Demetrius.
It's me again, Alto, Romano, Iguapo. Talk black names, of course. It sounds like a kitty guy, a girl, you know, the girl that likes the boy, is picking on him and stuff like that, wondering if I'm being late and shit, man. You like me that much, bro? Like, chill, man, sounds gay. But anyhow, anywho, you know, when it comes to Saturday, June 29th, I'm gonna do what I've been doing, that's when it
Whoop his ass, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know,
disrespect to preparing to, fight me in his hometown of Germany, Stuttgart that I went to. On all his bags in the ring, he puts on my face with a black eye. It's funny, right? And he got his ass whooped. This guy here, he goes into the hotel, and it's funny, it's a pretty cool drawing. He puts a drawing of me with my hair coming out, sticking out, with the belly and my head on the floor. Didn't you do that? You drew something like that? That was pretty funny too, but Jack Cocaine got his ass whooped, and you're going to get your ass. Yes, sir. You heard that? Yeah. It's cool. It's cool, but listen, I want to thank everybody for supporting fighting, boxing. Everybody came out, Providence, Rhode Island. I'm grateful for all the people that's here on this platform, being here, getting here safe and sound, all the way from Australia and so on and so forth, from Canada, Jack, Anthony Marcella, and all these other people on the car. Best of luck to everybody here. Put your heart and will out, best foot forward, of course, and make the best of it, and make sure at the end of the day everybody know who you are. This is it, the zone. Continue to do the great job that you guys are doing with boxing, Matchroom and Hood, making sure there's handsome faces out there. My man Kevin Rooney for always yelling and screaming at us to be on time, but it comes with the territory. He's in there somewhere. But again, there he goes. Ed Fabris, the manager, doing a tremendous job with keeping me active with Eddie Hearn, of course, my dad, Paul Andrade, my team, Mike Belows, Big J, everybody just working hard to continue to get to the top. I had my first few weeks of training camp out in California with Victor Conte, Snack, Mike Bazzel's in the building, I see you, Playboy. Yeah, Baz. The man behind the master plan. It's me again, man. What can I say? It's about that time. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out, supporting boxing. Show. It's definitely my show. And good luck to Marquis. Good luck to Marquis-Sulecki, man. You know what I'm saying? He's coming over here, all the way here to put on a good performance and get his ass whooped. So, let's take our hat off to that. But enough said. Eddie Hearn, back on the mic. David Diavanti first, man. He did a great job. You're the man out there. Still, I'm waiting for that hairdresser, man. Need my dress looking like yours, though, man. Play me. Alright, you got me. But thank you again for everybody coming out, and God bless everybody on this card.
Well, there you have it, people. A great main event, the WBO World Middleweight Championship. This is a great card. Like I said, expecting 7,000. That can so easily be 8 or 9. Spread the word in this city. Let's give everybody a night they won't forget. Bringing World Championship Boxing back to Providence on Saturday night. We want to thank particularly our sponsors in JD Sports and Snake Systems, and of course, DAZN. Without DAZN, none of this would have been possible. It's changing the way boxing is digested to fight fans in the US. No more crazy nights of pay-per-view. Look at the schedule we've had. Canelo against Jacobs, Joshua against Ruiz, Canelo against Rolls recently, now Demetrius Andrade, and now we go into a great summer with Maurice Hooker against Jose Ramirez, Canelo in September, the Joshua Ruiz rematch. This is the place to be on DAZN, and of course also this fight live and exclusive on Sky Sports in the UK. The weigh-in tomorrow, 1 PM, Walter Place Park. Spread the word. Let's have a great turnout there. We're going to have head-to-head photos up here. All the guys available to media. I want to say thank you, because without your support, this wouldn't be possible. Let's keep pushing this sport. Let's keep pushing this show on Saturday night, and let's have a great, great night on Saturday. Dress up, show up, drink up, dance up. Let's bring a little bit of the British craziness to this show. Let's have a great night, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.